Over a month after Adam Lanza shot and killed 20 children and 6 adults at Sandy Hook Elementary, it continues to have local schools making changes to their security measures. For Union Grove ISD, that change is to allow its teachers to carry concealed firearms to school. Charles Douster picks up his grandkids from school daily and says he doesn't mind it at all.
In the event something was to happen at Union Grove like it has in other schools, I would like to have somebody on site that would be there in the event they had to protect my grandchildren.
With the closest first responders being 12 miles away, the district decided this is the best option, and Douster agrees.
And even if they're 2 minutes away, that's 2 minutes too long.
Union Grove Superintendent Brian Gray says for one of his teachers to carry one, they will go through extensive training.
It's not just a situation where you have your concealed handgun license, do 8 hours in the classroom and 2 hours on the range and get to carry Union Grove ISD. That's not the case. The criteria will be very, very select. It will be a handful of staff members that are trained.
Union Grove Superintendent Brian Gray says that his school district isn't waiting to make a decision, and they're being proactive before something bad happens.
I asked my parents last night, I said, if somebody came into our school district and meant to do harm, would you want somebody here to try to stop it and stop it quickly? And overwhelmingly, the answer to that was yes.
The school has sent letters and held meetings for parents to express concerns of the new policy, but Gray says he hasn't received any complaints. For this grandparent, he feels very safe sending his grandchildren to Union Grove.
I would not be concerned with any of them over there that decided they wanted to carry a concealed weapon on them at any time around my grandchildren.
In Union Grove, Upshur County, I'm Kevin Boyce, KYTX, CBS 19 News.
So it's the middle of the night, you're fast asleep, and you have no idea that your vehicle has been stolen. Well, law enforcement agencies in Texas and abroad have a new program that's free and give you another set of eyes to be able to protect your personal property. Jack Dugan has 107,000 miles on his Ford Explorer. His driver's side door is taped up after his grandson damaged it horseplaying. It's not much, but it's Jack's.
It's a 20-year-old car, but like he's saying, you know, a kid wants to steal something, they're going to, you know, if I'm dumb enough to leave the keys sitting in it, they're going to probably take it.
Jack lives at Page Place Apartments in Longview. On Friday, Longview police officers came to the complex to sign up Jack and others for the Help End Auto Theft program, better known as HEAT. Now, any car with this sticker can get pulled over by police, 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. Officers won't want to search the car, but they will want to make sure the driver isn't a car thief.
No reason for it to be out somewhere between 1 and 5 in the morning.
So when Jack is awakened in the middle of the night by an officer asking whether someone has permission to drive his Ford Explorer,
put that sucker in jail, because he didn't have my permission. Nobody has my permission to drive this Explorer.
And with that,
I'm taken to the Gregg County Jail or wherever it's located, and vehicles returned to the rightful owner.
It's a good program. I didn't even know it existed till they came by here.
now this program isn't just in Longview. You can go to any police department here in Texas and be able to sign up for this program. Now also remember, you will need your driver's license and your insurance to be able to sign on. Reporting in Longview, Gregg County, I'm Jimmy Isaac, KYTX, CBS 19 News. Back to you guys.
Justin and Julian, the only time I ever use cursive handwriting anymore is when I sign the bottom of my rent checks. But local schools tell me it's still a very valuable thing for your children to learn, even if other schools around the nation don't teach it anymore. Inside Tatum Primary School, students still learn how to make the loops and slants of cursive letters. But they are not learning it the same way you did. Tatum students learn how to pen their words using a tablet to form their letters. Tatum ISD Superintendent Dr. D. Hart says the goal is to teach kids how to communicate effectively.
Really the skill that we want kids to learn is how to communicate and express themselves, and there are multiple tools to do that, and one of them for sure is cursive writing.
Schools around the nation are training in the elegance of letter F's and letter T's in cursive handwriting for things more like this: a keyboard. 45 states have adopted the Common Core State Standards, a guideline of what students are expected to learn in school. But the guidelines don't address cursive handwriting, only keyboarding skills. The state of Texas is one of a few states that have not adopted these standards. Instead, Texas schools follow standards in the Texas Essential Knowledge and Skills Requirements, better known as TEKS. Dr. Kathy Stevens heads the Department of Education at LeTourneau University. She says the TEKS is very clear on the teaching of cursive handwriting.
Beginning in kindergarten, we begin to teach children how to write legibly, By third grade, they are to be writing legibly with correct spacing in cursive format.
For students like Sterling Beakley, learning cursive handwriting has been tougher than for most students. Sterling has dyslexia, a condition that causes the brain to jumble up letters and words. His mother, Karen, says cursive is a challenge, but she believes once he learns it, he will benefit more from it than from printing.
I think it would be. I know that our family that have had dyslexia, that cursive is really preferable for those kids in a lot of ways because of it being a more of a pen stroke where there's a lot less lifting of the pen.
Sterling, after extra hours of homework and reading pages and pages of cursive, has developed a firm grip on cursive, but still practices at home. Dr. Stevens says it's the smooth composition of cursive writing that helps students like Sterling.
Being able to connect their letters smoothly and quickly. Manuscript is choppy. We form each letter separately, whereas in cursive, you see the letters as being formed as part of a word, and you connect them very smoothly.
In Kat Morgan's third grade class, students spend 3 days a week learning cursive. She says at Longview ISD it's always been a part of the curriculum, and she doesn't see that changing.
I think pen and paper is probably one of the easiest toys you can get your kid. Technology's okay, the digital world is okay. I'm glad we have the tools for those kids. We have to teach them keyboarding skills, but there are certain things that we need to do on pen and paper.
Tatum also plans on keeping cursive in its curriculum and adding more.
You know, right now we surely realize we're at a transitional period where students still need to know how to cursive write and use handwriting, but also they're moving to where almost all the communication they're going to do will be with technology. So we teach both.
Dr. Stevens adds that second and third graders can't wait to begin writing their names in cursive.
When you see little children come to second or third grade, almost all of them come in saying, I'm going to learn how to write my name in cursive writing. So for children, it still holds some importance.
And for Sterling, he just wants to be able to read his history.
I think it's something that they should use a lot because that's what the Declaration of Independence was wrote on. You know, they all wrote that all in cursive.
Dr. Hart adds that even though cursive is required to be taught in the third grade, when students are being tested by the STAR test in the fourth grade, writing in cursive is not one of the required ways that they have to communicate. Reporting in the Longview Bureau, I'm Kevin Boyce, KYTX CBS 19 News.